Got bad news for you, 30,000 feet, can't text you back. No, no, no. 2 hours, that's a flight delay, baby, can't have you back. No, no, no. 2 years, been a...
Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to The Chop with Rise, Grind, Repeat. I'm Brevin Fields, and today I have Matt Jimenez with me, and it's going to be episode 22 for you guys. Going to have some good content, going to be talking about his grind, what he's up to, and I'm going to jump right into it.
So before we even jump into it, I just want to acknowledge that the fact that this is episode 22. I'm not much of a numerology guy, but
Yeah.
numbers and in sequence that come up in my life a lot is twos.
Really?
My birthday is February 2nd, 2-2.
Okay.
So I
So
just think it's
special.
funny that I'm the 22nd episode.
Hell yeah. I love it. My number's 33.
33.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's my lucky number, football number. I was 3 and then switched to 33, so 3 hits with me a little bit. Yeah, so first, I'd love for you to just give a quick overview, who you are, where you're
introduce
from.
myself?
Yes, a little introduction. Yeah, people
Cool,
get to
yeah.
know you.
So, my name is Matthew, as he said. I'm from Florida, South Florida to be exact. I'm 26 years old. I am a financial trader. I teach people how to trade stocks, cryptocurrencies, regular currencies, equities, commodities, anything under the sun in terms of financial instruments.
You got that Bitcoin hat.
I got the Bitcoin hat. I hope you guys can see it. Bitcoin's at 22,000, by the way. 22.
Yeah, I'm not sharp, so yeah, put them on.
Yeah. So I started in the financial world, and then I branched out into the media production world, where now I make content for brands or for just influencers that have a digital presence. I believe heavily in bridging the gap. And where I saw a gap was the difference between millennials and baby boomers. The baby boomers have all these resources and capitals, and then you have millennials that grew up with computers and are somewhat tech savvy. So there's a gap there. You have baby boomers that didn't grow up with all this tech, so they're not as savvy as millennials. So if you want to bring value and capitalize on that, you're going to find the gap, and that's the gap, and I'm bridging it.
Oh yeah.
So that's the motto behind my media production company. And then my finance company, I've had it for some time now. It's just my hobby.
Yeah. I love how you bridge the two together,
Yeah.
and it's just you make it all into one at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I guess you actually kind of hit both of the first two questions I had of what's your grind, a summary of that, and a little overview. So something I did see on your Instagram that I was pretty interested on and don't know much about is the 1%ers group.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
So
know if-
that
did
is
you wanna
actually
talk on that.
Yeah, let's do it. That is actually my first company.
Okay.
It's more of a brand, so I
Gotcha.
sell a little bit of a merch and somewhat, but I'm not really big on the merch. I'm more so in making impact and teaching people how to, not even teaching people how to trade, but teaching people how to be financially literate.
Gotcha.
Because the way the system is structured, everyone is financially illiterate.
I'd be one of those people, honestly.
It's by
yeah.
default, though. It's not your fault.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
literally
aware.
by default, by the schooling system, by the whole monetary scheme that we have. Monetary
Yeah.
is basically the money system of how governments print, their fiscal policies of how they spend. It's poor from the jump. So
Yeah.
if you're just a branch on a tree of poor finances, you're only going to understand poor finances. So I believe in bridging that gap of illiterate finance education to making people illiterate and understanding how to even move a penny from the left pocket to the right pocket
Yeah.
without losing it.
No, because that's big. I mean, I
Yeah.
know a lot of my friends, including myself, just financially in a weird spot.
Yeah.
22, trying to transition into college, looking for a job outside
Yeah.
of stuff. And it's just a weird time, especially with COVID too,
Yeah.
where it's just competitive market. And I don't know what I'm doing half the time financially, trying to figure that out right now. It's
Yeah.
day by day.
I mean, when I was 22, I had no idea. Actually, 22 is when I was just trading on my own, just understanding financial markets on my own, not really talking much about it, just doing it on a side hustle.
Gotcha.
Because the moment you tell anybody you're doing something, they kind of just laugh. Oh, get a job.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, so 22, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. You're doing really well. I'd say, I mean, look at the setup you got.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
me on here. You're doing well.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, just roll into another question I got is kind of something me and you talked about last night, actually. Yeah, another thing I want to throw out is Met him last night, actually, because we're big on this. It's just like take action. Action cures everything. And we were talking about a podcast, and he was like, let's shoot one tomorrow. And I just loved the energy. He was like, let's do it. And now we're here. But something else we talked about last night was fitness, your fitness journey. And I personally see how fitness can play a lot into life in general, as like a similar mindset.
Yeah.
So a question I had is just how the role of fitness has played into your life. What would you say?
Okay, so there's a really great quote, and I hope I don't chop it up. No pun intended on that. But I think it was by Lincoln. Lincoln said that discipline is doing what you want most rather than doing what you want now. And fitness is that in a nutshell. So let's break that down a little bit. Doing what you want now is probably to not go to the gym. Doing what you want now is probably to eat that bad food. Doing what you want now is probably to sleep longer.
Yeah.
But doing what you want most is what your goals.
Yeah.
Because you got to do the most to get to your goals.
Definitely.
So when you do the most, that's when you learn discipline. So I would say fitness has actually taught me the rule of discipline.
Definitely.
Because even out here, I'm on vacation. I've been here for like almost a month now.
Yeah.
I keep extending it. I've managed to go to the gym for at least half of this stay.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking to continue that. So it's something that I bring with me, not something that what did I say in the car? I was like, I am not interested, I'm invested.
Yeah, that was it.
So
that was
yeah.
a nugget.
That's a nugget, yeah.
Yeah. Something I love about what you said though, the discipline. I guess my therapist kind of put me onto this was that it's more important of what we choose not to do. So like I choose not to miss the gym. You know, I choose not to go out and party. I choose not to eat this fast food, you know? So like changing your thought of more like, oh, I get to do this. I have to do this. No, I chose not to do this. And it kind of has like played a good role in my head of keeping that discipline.
Yeah.
You know, like just makes me think, step back, analyze myself. Like, what do I choose not to do?
Discipline is everything. And then discipline by default is that there's a symptom of discipline is consistency, right? That's inevitable. There's no way you could be disciplined on something and not be consistent.
Yep.
So it also teaches you consistency. And one thing that I've noticed is everyone that is successful, everyone that has made an impact in terms of financial freedoms and really actually reaching their goals is they're consistent.
Yeah.
No matter how long it took, no matter how many times they fucked up, no matter how many times they've lost everything, as long as you're consistent, you're going to make whatever your goal is. Yeah. I said this to you earlier. I was like, I'm drawing a blank. I forgot what I said.
No, you're chilling. Something I thought of just what you said. That's a big reason of why I started Rise, Grind, Repeat. Because for so long I saw Rise and Grind. Rise and Grind. It's a Snapchat filter. You see people throw it out all the time. But I was like, that's so like there's not. It's so surface level. Like, I can rise and grind once a month. Yeah. But the consistency of repeating that process every day. I was like, I want to put something behind it. Yeah. Oh, the repeat.
You just put the light bulb back on in my head. Hell yeah. The quote that I wanted to say is, a foreseeable future is already the past. So if someone can hold an image of a future goal, and if you hold that long enough, it's inevitably going to be the past. Yep. So as long as you could just stay true to that end goal vision, it's the past.
Would you tie that into like manifestation a little bit? Would you say?
100%. I mean, manifestation is definitely a real thing. But it's such a woo-woo topic. Like people are like, oh, you got a tinfoil hat on. You're talking about magic and yada yada. But I just bring it back down to just being consistent. But I do believe in manifestation. I can say I've done it myself. Yeah. With many things in my life.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
Literally.
I mean, if you don't think you can have something, how can you expect to even have it? Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's crazy. Another really interesting thing about you I loved was the poetry.
Oh yeah.
If y'all don't know, this man is a poet. You probably don't know. So, Arts of MJ, arts.of.mj. Check that out. But one poem you had here was, mistakes will cancel out love as pride will cancel out relationships. Just like absence of light will cancel out colors. Everything is still there. You just block yourself from seeing it. Yep. I loved that. So, because you can go off that. Let's hear it.
So where that really stems from, truthfully, read that last line again.
Yeah, I love that one. That was the one that resonated with me the most. Is you just block yourself from seeing it.
So yeah, the reason why I got inspired to write that is because everything that's going on in this world, or even in your personal relationships, people will block out what they don't want to hear, and they'll only let in what they want to hear.
Yep.
And they'll actually distance themselves from any information that is counter to their beliefs. We talked about this yesterday,
Like
cognitive
selective hearing.
dissonance and
Yeah.
confirmation biases.
Yeah.
So basically that's
bias.
how people run. That's how they live, really, because they need to protect their beliefs. Their whole life has been built on beliefs that were handed to them, never made by them.
Yeah.
So now you have all these people running around with other people's beliefs and so forth. So it's like the truth is there, but you're just blocking yourself from seeing it because you want to protect your beliefs over seeing the real truth.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And something that's been big for me right now is just me versus me. You
Yeah.
know? Like that's really stuck with me. Of like I'm the only one holding me back at the end of the day.
I like that.
So I've been really big on the me versus me. It's a Moneybag Yo song, actually. I don't know if you're
I know
in?
Moneybags, yeah.
Yeah. I guess there's something else here. Yeah, this is actually. So I was diving into your Instagram. I was telling you that. We're just kind of running through questions here, jumping around. I mean, that's kind of what the point of this is.
Yeah.
To everyone listening. But so I had a question of what did you learn from being a breakfast deli delivery boy?
That I hate fucking jobs.
Yeah, you hate jobs. I mean, yeah, even if it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that definitely is for sure a role. I did breakfast delivery. I worked 2 jobs for quite a while. I did breakfast delivering in the morning for a little hometown deli over in South Florida. And then I would do valet at night. Did that for, 4 or 5 years. But one thing that I would say about having a job is it builds discipline.
Yeah.
So me being a financial teacher, in a sense, I have so many people that come to me and they're like, yo, I don't want to work a job. I want to do what you do. I'm like, cool. Keep working your job because you're going to need cash flow.
Yeah.
Cash flow is number one. No cash flow, you can't do anything. So all these kids are so eager to quit thinking they're going to be overnight success or overnight entrepreneurs. Like, no, there's fucking tears and sweat and hard work working that job and then working on your side hustles.
Yeah.
So you can depend on that side hustle and make it a main hustle.
Yeah.
And then have work as a side hustle and then eventually wean off work. I think actually working a job is great. I think it builds discipline. It fucking sucks. I don't like it. And I'm grateful to be in the position to where I probably will never work a job again in my life unless it's for me.
Oh, yeah. Something that I thought of from that was, a lot of people have their 9 to 5s. What are you doing from 5 to 9?
Ooh. Yeah.
Like you're going to need that 9 to 5 to, like you said, make your whatever your business is stable, have income coming in.
Absolutely.
But like you should definitely invest in yourself and in your passion. So like, what are you doing after work?
Exactly. Yeah.
What are you putting in extra?
And honestly, if you have like a sharp enough mind and you really are interested in making money, look at the company you're working for.
Yeah.
How can you get involved to where you could actually become of value to where you can get paid more?
Yeah.
Like for instance, who's running your say you work for a company called B, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You work for company B and they have a shitty website. Oh, hey, I know somebody that could build a website for you. I think it'd be good for your company. Now you're bringing value to the company. They're going to like you more. They're probably going to pay you more.
100%.
Just little things like that go a long way within the corporate world.
Yeah.
So even if you do work that job, stop walking there miserable. Stop sitting at your desk waiting for 4:59 to hit 5. Actually, when you're there, be there.
Yeah.
How can you add more to this to where they would actually want to pay you more? 100%. Or they would actually want to promote you or move you in a different area to where you're not just at a desk.
Yeah.
You always got to think bigger than just being a 9-to-5 employee.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You hit it on the head. I mean, a lot of that comes, I think, with just being still, too, being in the present.
Wow, my mom says that to me all the time. Be still.
Yeah. Just being still and, like you said, not thinking of when that clock's going to get off. Like, what are you doing right now in the moment at your desk?
Yeah.
Like you said, look at the company's website. Go overview it. Y'all could change some pictures on here. I know a photographer. Blah,
exactly.
Blah, blah.
Add value.
That's all it is. What value do you bring? That's the biggest thing in a job. Like, everyone's replaceable.
Everybody's replaceable.
We're all replaceable.
Yeah.
So, like, what makes you unique? What value do you bring that will convince someone that you are an asset to the team?
Yeah.
I think that's big. I love that.
Yeah. You said what value you could bring. That brings another bell in my head is because I'm big on value.
Yeah.
Really big. I think on my Instagram I wrote a pretty long caption encapsulating why I think it's so important. I have so many people come to me and they're like, "Oh, Matt, how can I make more money? Oh, Matt, I want to make more money. What can I do?" Okay, you want to make more money? What can you do? Make yourself more valuable.
Yeah.
your equal value will find you. So if your value is here, you're only going to attract here.
Yeah.
But now if you have more skills and more things that you're able to do just as a person, you're a little bit more valuable. Now that value is going to come up here too. And the more valuable you become to other people, the more value your finances are.
Yeah.
It all tethers up into one thing, and I believe in value. Make yourself valuable. Stop worrying about how you're going to make $1. Get 50 different licenses. Learn 100 different books.
Yeah.
Just literally make yourself leveled up, and your finances will level up by default.
Yeah. That was kind of, we talked about this too. My first clothing drop was invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Investing in yourself is adding value to yourself.
Yeah.
What you can invest in yourself too in so many ways. It's not just financially. I feel a lot of people sometimes only see it that way.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to also just broaden that outlook of investing in yourself is waking up, brushing your teeth, going to the gym, like your routine, like everything you do, the food you put in your body, big, like America low-key eats like shit.
Terrible.
And sickening, honestly, what people put in their bodies. That all adds value to you. So like overlooking all those things, I think is crucial for people.
Yeah.
Some people just think about money when they think of value.
Yeah. It's deeper than that.
Yeah, it's way deeper than that. What else do we have here? Yeah, this was something I just thought of, I don't know, last night.
Yeah.
Another question, kind of just pretty broad, but like which senses do you think are the most valuable to a person? And by senses, I mean like sight, hearing, smell, taste. Yeah, you know what
I can see where you grabbed this one from.
Yeah.
I would say go on my Instagram, look at my last post, and you'll probably be able to answer that.
Yeah.
But the most valuable, I mean, obviously you need them all to have a human experience, but one that everyone should really focus on is the two things on the side of your head, and the thing in the middle is the brain.
Yeah.
So those things on the side of your head actually bring sound into your brain, and then your brain interprets it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not an anatomy major.
Yeah, you're not
I'm
making
not a
that
doctor.
up. Yeah.
But I mean, that's common sense. The problem is people, instead of using these things on the side of your head, they use the hole in the front of their face called the mouth. They talk more than they listen. So I think that if people could learn how to use their ears more than their mouth, you will go a lot further in life in terms of how much value you could bring to someone.
Yeah.
Everyone's a know-it-all nowadays, and the moment you say I know it is the moment you decline all new information that could potentially make you more valuable. So don't say I know it. Stay quiet.
100%.
Maybe you don't know it. And just always be open ears. Even I said it before, even the janitor, even the person at the McDonald's drive-thru, open ears.
Mm-hmm.
They've had another walk of life that you don't know, so stop saying you know. They could give you something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a sentence.
100%. Yeah, it's kind of cool, too, to tie into this. I've been reading this book, Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty.
Oh, I never heard of it. Sounds good, though.
Yeah, it's super dope. He's been talking about cutting negativity out, negative speech, and kind of also tying into hearing. Because when we talk, like, I want people to analyze in the next couple days, hanging out with your homies, with people, and just listen how much we talk about others in a negative way. Oh, so-and-so did this, did that. Like, I do it all the time too, but I've been trying to be aware of it, of how negatively we talk about people.
Mm-hmm.
And when we stop to do that, we realize we really don't have much to say most of the time. And that makes you be able to be a better listener because you aren't talking as much.
Yeah.
And you're not putting out that negative energy. So just sitting back for a second and just being a listener is like huge.
Yeah.
And a lot of people too will like, there's active listening and just listening. So like I've been really trying to be big on the active listening. So I can hear you talking. It might just be words through one ear. I don't process it.
Yeah.
And I'm too focused on thinking of what I want to say back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a point hits me, you say it, I'm like, oh, bam, what am I going to say back? So I really have to like train my head to like, wait. What is he? Let him finish real quick, then come back to that thought. Then I can actively like process, develop, then give a better response. I feel like
that's the practice of listening.
Yeah.
That's a very good skill to have.
Yeah. And I think people can practice that.
Yeah.
Be big.
And it's funny because you said that it's so common. Everyone always is talking about somebody behind their back or whatnot. And people do have insecurities.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know one person that doesn't have an insecurity. So I just want everyone with insecurities to know that no one cares for your insecurities as much as you.
Yeah.
Even if they said 2 sentences behind your back, only you cares for your insecurities more than anybody else on earth.
Yeah.
So even if whatever they're saying, it doesn't fucking matter because you care more than they do.
It's like the looking glass self. You heard of that?
No, I haven't.
So it's like, I'm not who. It's tricky. It's like I'm not who you think I am. I'm who I think you think I am. Does that make
that
sense?
makes complete sense.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before.
Yeah. So I mean, I probably didn't say it the best.
No, but I get it.
So we always tend to think of like, oh, I wonder what this person thinks of me, and most of the time they're not even close to like thinking about that of you.
Yeah.
Like we put these perceptions in our head, and we make this stuff up, the overthinking, and that adds to our anxiety, our stress, and takes you off course.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely. I love it. Let's see. I would like. So is your e-course still available?
Oh, of course.
All that. So I would like, if you want to talk on that, of like where people could find it, maybe what they could. I know probably it's on financials, right?
Yeah, it's
like what can they expect to learn, gain?
Yeah, absolutely. So my course is, if you go to my Instagram, the website is in the bio. Just go ahead and click that. It'll give you an overview of what we're about. It'll have a story on me, a story on my business partner, and what they get when they get into the course is not only a financial course, but I also teach about money, because I feel that everybody is so concerned about making money, yet they don't even understand where it originated from, how it works, who works it, the creation of it. So how are you chasing something you don't even know about? Kind of doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like taking a sailboat and trying to sail to an island that you don't even know about. You're just going to end up in the same spot, probably. You go wrap around the world.
Yeah, if like you're preaching to me, honestly, I'm like, yeah, I cannot. I'm trying to think, where the fuck did money come from?
Exactly, yeah. So if you want to know where money came from, it's been around forever. It started as trade, of course.
Yeah.
And then what happened is it's like, well, people don't want fish. They have so much fish, and you don't want tomatoes. Like, how can we exchange value? So money is actually a form of communication. So when you can find something that communicates value, even though I don't want your fish and you don't want my tomatoes, but we have a mutual communication on what will work, which is money. That's how money basically originated. And then, it evolved and so forth. Now we have central banks that created and printed by the boatload, and the money system is soon to collapse. We will be on a digital currency relatively soon. The dollar is at extreme lows that it's never been in quite a while.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, it's getting really ugly, like in the financial world, and I could go on for hours, sun up to sun down, on this topic of the creation of money, why it's wrong, and why everything about it is set up for you to fail.
Yeah.
Money is created through debt. That's the only way money comes into existence.
Okay.
And when you're printing money at such exhausting rates, it's impossible for it to have any type of value. If I gave you this car and I said this is a 101, it's gonna have tons of value.
Yeah.
But now I just started printing of 500 billions of those ones of one. It's not so valuable anymore. That's basically what's happening. And then to top it off, we're creating money through debt, and this debt is tied to cheap interest rates. So money is paid back with interest. Therefore, there's new money in circulation into creation. But then when you have interest rates at where there are right now at extreme lows, which is at like 1%, if that, and they're just headed lower, we're paying the money back with interest, but only at 1%. And inflation is at 5 times that. So we're paying money back lower than the inflation rate, meaning we're just running on a treadmill and we're slowly falling off this treadmill. This whole monetary system that we have built and have constructed over the years is crumbling in front of our eyes, and everybody's somewhat naive to it because, like I said, the way the system is, everybody's financially illiterate.
Yeah.
The moment you become literate is the moment you learn, like, wow, I could get out of the system. Wow, I know how to protect myself. Wow, I know how to maintain my purchasing power.
Yeah.
Speaking of purchasing power, like a simple analogy is shoes. So I had a pair of Cons on the other day, Converse.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, oh, I bought those for like $6. I spent $70 on them. That's inflation. Yeah. It's not the shoe getting more valuable. It's the dollar getting weaker. And that's what's happening all over the world, and people are naive to it.
Yeah. I never thought of it like that.
Well, my e-course explains everything about money and then teaches you how to invest and how to trade.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, it's a good outlet, and like you said, invest in yourself. The moment you tell someone, "Oh, you got to spend $1 to make yourself better," they run away. But they'll go spend $1 in the vending machine to get chips.
Exactly.
They got their ass for their brain and their brain for their ass. They're just fucking.
I love it.
It's crazy.
Another thing too, it's kind of similar on the lines. My buddy is kind of into trading and stuff,
Yeah.
and he made this post the other day that like obtaining more money doesn't teach you how to save it. You know, that's something that you need to learn on your own, and it's almost better to learn sooner before you obtain all this money.
Yeah.
Because if someone just gives you $1 million, I don't know how to budget it, save it, spread it out. It's like, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these people like who win lotteries and stuff, you know, they obtain all this money. They don't know how to manage
Yep.
it. They don't, and I mean, half it goes to taxes, blah blah blah. But they really don't know how to manage the money because they've never practiced good saving, being financially literate,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing what to do. So I think a lot of people could benefit in our generation right now from like, your course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just people are scared to invest in themselves.
Yeah.
They're fast
I
to
love
invest
it.
in shoes.
Yeah. That's bad too because I love shoes.
Me too.
I got like 30 pairs.
Yeah, it's tough.
Of them Nikes. I just sit on them. But yeah. So kind of bring it to a close. I mean, wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Real quick, where can people get in touch with you, follow you? You know, website, Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, where are you most active?
I'm
Would you say?
more active on Instagram rather than the other platforms, but I'm basically on everything. I have a Twitter. I don't really use it.
Okay.
My Instagram is quite active. It's MJAY_C63S.
Word.
And then my
I'll
business
throw it up right here somewhere.
somewhere right
Yeah,
here in the
you'll
ether
find it.
space.
Yeah.
And then I have a my educational Instagram. So I believe in feeding the brain. A lot of people, and this is a nugget right now for everyone watching, and I hope they actually take action and not just hear this and say,
I'll
"I'll
clip it."
Yeah,
That micro.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I think that media is a curse, but also a blessing depending on how you structure it. I guarantee you, if I go into a public area and have everyone put their phone on the table, and I pull out everyone's feed, I would say 95% of those feeds are going to be a bunch of memes, a bunch of nothing. Your brain is not eating. You're feeding your stomach. You're feeding everything else but the brain.
Yeah.
Change your feed. Your feed. Just look at the word feed.
Yeah.
Feed.
I want to scream right now, man.
Stop.
Like I'm hyped.
Dude, feed.
Yeah.
Feed. So make sure you're eating.
Yep.
Make sure your feed has value on there. So one thing I always say is when I'm putting up stories, I'm like, feed the brain. Feed the brain.
I
Feed
like
the
that.
brain. And, you know, I guarantee you people don't listen. They just scroll right past it. But stop for a second. Listen.
Yeah.
You know, there's valuable things on there that will change your life. Imagine your brain being exposed to actual food, right?
Yeah.
Imagine your brain being exposed
like
to food.
Yeah, metaphorically.
Yeah, for 6 months. In those 6 months, you're going to be a different person than when you first started just by changing your feed.
100%. Yeah, that's something that Jay Shetty guy, the monk guy, he's been big on that. Like when you wake up, don't look at your phone.
Yeah.
Your first thing you should do is like go outside, read a book. Like don't look at technology or like social media because you're immediately going to compare yourself. You're going to immediately start your day off with bad energy.
Here's the thing. I agree, and I tend to disagree with that as well.
Word.
The reason why I disagree with it is, yes, that can be the case. But if your feed is edible,
Yeah.
it's a good thing to look at it. The
Word.
moment you wake up, you're learning something. The moment you wake up, someone's motivating you. The moment you wake up, you're inspired. Versus the moment you wake up, you're seeing your friends do stuff.
Sure.
Or versus someone seeing you driving a car. Everyone's feed is somebody doing a bunch of nothing.
Yep.
Change the feed. Look at your phone in the morning. You're going to find value on it.
Oh, yeah, I have been.
Exactly.
I mean, everyone I follow right now, I cleared all the meme pages, your hood.
Take that
Funny,
shit
I
off.
took it all off.
Throw it away,
and
block it.
Now I'm got Dr. Hyman. He's got the mind,
I
the
see that
mind
over there.
solution. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
banger.
It's all about the feed, bro.
Jay Shetty, Dr. Amen. There's this guy. You know who Dr. Amen
No, I
is?
don't.
This guy's really big on brain health. You know, we talk about mental health, but the root of mental health is brain health. So what society doesn't do, and doctors, we don't scan the brain much. So we just go off of symptom clusters of you have anxiety, depression, this. Oh, we'll give you some Xanax. Oh, we'll give you some Prozac. It's like no one sits down and scans the brain because with brain scans we can see restricted areas of blood flow. I mean, stuff like, there's other stuff like neurons not firing correctly in
Mhm.
different parts of the brain. So like simply like dementia, like memory loss. that's like so simple. You can scan in a brain and see like this guy is gonna start to have dementia in a couple years.
Yeah.
Just by the way his one area of his brain is restricted from blood flow, and by like taking certain like natural medicines and practicing brain health, like we can change that stuff.
Absolutely.
That's been big. Yeah.
I'm
I got some that's my feed, bro. It's like brain health, mental health, food health, like just all of it.
I like it. Yeah, no, I love it. And it's funny because now that we're talking about the feed, it's also a little bit deeper than that. Like that screen right behind us, everybody watches a screen a day, whether it's your phone, your laptop, or whatever. But a lot of people still watch TV programming. And if you just look at that for what it is, it's programming. They're literally programming you.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. I've
Now
never, like,
what
heard
is
it from that perspective.
They're literally programming you. They're
Yeah.
programming what they want you to see and believe. That's what TV is. Let's break down TV. What is it? Television. Tell a vision. They're telling a vision of what they see and what they
Great.
want you to see.
Yeah.
It's not the truth. But with your phone, you could customize it to how you want. With that, you can't. That is
True.
real programming. That is real telling a vision.
True.
So it's just, it's pretty
Yeah.
deep shit right there.
It is pretty deep. But I'm on that. Like I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. One last thing. I guess you did it too already. You're just killing all my questions. I was gonna say to end it up, to drop a 1-sentence nugget that could help someone level up today from watching this episode.
Feed the brain.
Feed the brain.
Feed the
Bam.
brain.
There it is. Feed the brain. I like that. I'm gonna steal that.
Go for
I'll
it.
quote you though.
Go for
Or
it.
did you get that from someone or
From me.
from you?
Yeah.
Nice. Good shit.
Thank you, bro.
Well, yeah, you guys heard it. Matt Jimenez. You can follow him. Check him out. Drop his Ease course.
Yep.
All of it. All that will be in the description in the bio. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a like, a comment. That helps us out a lot. And always stay grinding.
Minute long time, still gotta act. Hey, still gotta act.